Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome to the Bruce Smith episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. I was going to say it in Portuguese or Spanish, but I don't know how to say all that.
Oh, God, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Without a beer and then with a beer, you know it all.
That beautiful voice you hear over there, coming from my right, is Miss Rachel Rooney Eden. Rachel, how are you?
How are you? It was your 30th birthday this week, which is why our beautiful voices are hitting your beautiful ears a little bit later this week.
Still recovering.
We're still recovering from
still
your
celebrating
30th birthday. Yes, we are still celebrating. The celebration doesn't stop. It only continues throughout the weekend. You're celebrating your birthday like the Jersey style, like the style that I know and love. Fucking
the kind that I criticize you for.
Yes, like it's a party. Like you have to have a party. We have to go out. We have to go to dinner. We have to do another dinner. We have to have another party. Like it's your 30th birthday. Like we need to go all out. Like we need to. It has to happen. It's a must. It's a necessity.
We've been going all out, and I appreciate everything that you've been doing and that everybody's been doing for my festivities, my cumpleaños.
Yes.
But aside from all that, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing, just so damn fabulous. Like, I mean, the world couldn't be better. It couldn't be better.
Sunshine, flowers.
Sunshine and roses.
Skipping
I
the
feel
countryside.
like when everyone like talks to me, they're like, damn, like, she probably thinks like the world just revolves around like bubblegum and rainbows. And I'm like, it's actually like not the case at all. Like, I am crazy. I always wonder, like, I don't know why this is coming up right now. Like, I feel like like I'm in therapy. Like, do you know what it is? Like, what is it about people that when they meet me, they know I have that crazy in me? Do you know what I mean? Like, when they meet me, they're like, no, I know you're crazy. I'm like, but how do you know? Like, what is it? Like, I'm always like, no, I'm fine. Like, but what is it? Like, what is it? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's just your swag. Your what's it called? Charisma.
No, you have to tell me. Like, what is it for real?
Legit. It's the energy that you just give off. It's just like
that I'm crazy?
Not crazy, but like
mentally unstable?
No, why are you taking it as a negative?
Okay, well, how would you spin it?
It's not a spin, it's a fact. It's just like a positive. It's just like you have a very distinct personality, like a very distinct presence. Like you have a great presence to you where it's just
okay.
I'm here to have fun. Let's have fun. Why isn't everybody having fun? Let's have fun. What are you all about? Let's have fun. What do you need to do to have fun? I'll do whatever you want to do, have fun. Let's have fun. Everybody want to have fun, and let's have fun.
Right, but like how do people think I'm crazy? Like when certain people meet me, they're like, I know that you have like that crazy in you, and like I need to know like what it is that I give off.
I don't know. Not
that I've recently heard this. Like I probably heard this like last like maybe 3 weeks ago. Like
who?
I don't even remember who. I don't remember who, but I remember it came up in a conversation. Like, it's a frequent thing. And I was like, I've been thinking about it. And I'm like, what is it? Like, is there a certain trait about me? Like, is there something that I say or do that, like, makes me crazy? Like, I know I'm crazy, but, like...
Well, we should clip that and post it and ask.
Like, ask the people? I don't think I need to ask the people. I'm asking you.
No, I don't think anybody thinks you're freaking crazy.
You call me crazy.
I call you crazy all the time.
Right.
Because I actually know you.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying, like, what is it about me that makes it crazy?
Makes what crazy?
Makes me crazy.
What about you makes you crazy?
Yes.
Like, what a wild question to ask.
But what's the trait? You know what I mean?
Huh?
What's the trait? I don't understand what I'm saying that you're not understanding. What is the trait? Just say it. Are you holding my feelings account? Like,
no, I don't know what a trait.
Well, just say it.
I don't know the trait.
What is it?
I feel like I'm in an interview and they're asking me like, what animal would you say you are? And I'm like, I don't know, a lion.
Oh my God. Do you remember those stupid fucking icebreakers that you had to do? Like, What's your spirit animal? Like, what do you identify with? I remember I did that. I think I literally did a lion. Because I was like, I'm a Leo.
Well, do you think those are the questions that, like, led us to, like, society now?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, with, like, confusion with pronouns and all that stuff. Like, what do you identify as?
Oh,
do you think, like, those questions, those
spirit animal?
Those, like, icebreaker questions?
You're not even allowed to say spirit animal anymore.
See?
No, literally. I shouldn't even be saying it on these airwaves, but I'm just saying you're not even allowed to say it anymore.
Weird.
No, it's crazy.
That shit's weird. I'm sorry. Someone's got to say it.
That what?
Like, probably blank out the fact that it was her, but I know a teacher.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. I need to write that out. Block out names. I'll forget. Okay,
yeah.
Teacher.
An art teacher.
Yeah.
In Connecticut.
Yeah.
And she says that, like, one of her students is, like, a furry. And, like, they have to, like, address it as a furry.
No, like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
How do you not just sit there and...
It's like, get in the cage then.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like, at this point, you're ridiculous. But I'm saying, you still didn't answer the question about how I'm crazy.
Bubba, you're not crazy. Well, you're crazy, but we're both crazy.
Okay, but why? Like, what is the trait?
I don't know. You know the trait? Would you be able to point the trait out about me?
Oh, so now this is about you.
Yeah.
So now it's all about you.
I want to see what like the ground line,
Oh, so you do know what it is.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You said
I'm trying to get an idea.
What the ground level is.
No, I'm trying to, like, you obviously have an idea of, like, a couple possibilities. I have no idea. Like, funny? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just drop it. Forget it. Anyway.
I didn't drop. No, you asked the question.
Just drop it. Okay?
Now you're talking to me like a dog.
Yeah.
Am I a dog?
Wait, so how was your birthday though? Like,
tremendous.
Let's run it through there.
Yeah, so I was up in Boston. You joined me on Friday evening.
Yes.
We had a fun night chilling with my sister and Mr. Raymundo. And then the next day, I was supposed to play golf with my friends. Weather was shitty, so instead of playing golf, we played golf at the golf simulator.
Yes.
Got drunk and watched some of the March Madness games.
Right.
Going on Saturday. And I had a couple pops. And gave you I was actually going to get a ride home with Dolph, and then you told me I should get my eyebrows done. So I stayed, got my eyebrows done. You said you were going to be over there in 7 minutes. Turned out you lied about how far you were, but I couldn't tell the difference because by the time I got my eyebrows done and went to the bathroom and came out, you were there. So
exactly.
So tomato.
7 minutes equals 25.
Yeah, shows how I move around. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
That literally shows my awareness at the time.
Right.
Which makes a lot of sense because then we went home, got ready. We're supposed to get dinner with Ty, Mike, and the crew, and just like have a nice little dinner. Turns out we got to Ty's house to meet up with everyone, and everybody's there for a surprise party.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was shocked.
I couldn't, last week when we were recording, I was, so excited because I was like, oh, what are we going to do? Are you excited to go or whatever? And, we were literally talking about it, but, did you know? I was literally sitting here oh, my God, he doesn't even know. Next week when we
I didn't even know it took you.
We're going to be talking about a surprise party.
If you asked me how long it took you from the time we talked on the phone to the time it took you to get to the mall, yeah. I would have said 7 minutes because that's what you told me it would take.
No, literally.
No, I didn't know.
No, I know. And that's why, people were, coming up to me, afterward, because you were literally so surprised, you were stunned. And, that's the only word that I keep using is, because you were literally, what is going on? You could not understand what was happening. I think, I literally saw you processing it, too, and I was all right, I'm just going to give him some time because, I didn't want you to feel overwhelmed or anything because I think that everyone else would have been overwhelming enough, and, I was, thinking, because even, I was okay, if he sees something as soon as you walk in, I'm I don't even think it's going to register with him because he's going to be what? Why is that? You know what I mean? That's why, because I was do you think that we should put the food out here? Whatever. I'm he's not even going to be registering it. By the time that he's walking, so when the fact that you did say that you did see the Danielle's bread, I was damn, that's pretty crazy that you were, starting to think and then.
But yeah, but by the time I saw it, I was, 2 steps away. So by the time my brain was able to process it, everybody knows my brain processes things really fast.
But it was so cute. Really we just had the best time ever. Just partying up. You fell asleep, and then some of the boys stayed, took a picture of you in front of the big 30 with it, which was so funny. Loved it. And I thought it was like a fabulous party.
It was amazing. It was an amazing party. It was an amazing party. Thank you to Ty. Thank you to you. Thank you for Ty for hosting. You for putting it all together. Mommy and Janelle. Everybody else. Katrina.
Thank you to everybody.
Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody that showed up. Thank you to everybody for the offer to help.
Yes.
Thank you for. I don't know. Just thank you.
Yes, it was amazing.
But yes, I was stunned. I was like, it was like a boxer, like you're in a boxing match or UFC match, and you're just like, you get stunned, and you're like, what the hell? I just remember the bread, and then seeing my mom, and I'm like, surprise. I honestly don't even remember everybody saying surprise, because like I was just like,
what is happening?
Yeah.
Right. That's the best. But
it was fun. It was amazing. I couldn't have asked
surprise parties are so fun, especially if like the person is like so unaware of what's going on. But it's like almost like I wish you had a little bit of an inkling of what was happening, because I think that you would have felt a little bit more at ease. I think that you were like, what the fuck is happening?
I settled in quick.
Yeah, you did. No, I'm saying like you would have been like, you were so unaware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you were just like a little buzzed too. So like your brain was really not working.
Right.
Which was like even better for me. I was like, thank God. So I didn't have to lie as much.
Not a big deal. Yeah. When was there any point that like, you almost slipped?
Not at all.
No.
Like not even once.
Was there any point that you were worried that I knew?
I thought that you knew after I picked you up. Like, but then I realized that you were just drunk. Like, I thought when I picked you up, like, I thought you knew then, because I was like, he's acting so fucking weird. Like, I literally was like, what? And then I smelt you, and I was like, holy moly, you reek of booze. Like, I was like, he's just drunk and has no fucking clue. Yeah. So that was that. Yeah, no, there was no point at all. It's honestly, like, it's not that hard to with you, like, you, like, I don't. Like, if I don't tell you the full detail, you know what I mean? Like, you'll just show up anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was like, I was like, oh, we're going here. Like, don't worry about it. So that was it.
I love it.
That was it.
I love it.
Not hard.
Thank you. Thank you again. Seriously. Cheers to that.
Yes, let's
Cheers
go.
to
Cheers
30.
to you being 30.
And we're going to have a special announcement on 30. New me.
Yeah, new you coming soon.
Yeah.
Soon. I think at the end of this video, this podcast, this episode, we will be putting in a special clip of you becoming the new you, right?
Or the old me.
Or the old you, really. That's it.
Oh.
So we can't give away too much, but just know that at the end of this episode, we will be putting in a surprise
video
of Nate becoming a 30-year-old Nate.
Yes.
So, look for that.
Speaking of 30-year-old Nate, I have a couple things I have to address before we get into our topics, and it's just me thinking about the sports that I care about, thinking about the teams I care about. Obviously, that's what I want to talk about first, because I care about it more than talking about like March Madness.
Okay, go for it.
Number one, draft's coming up. Talked about it 1,000 times. Today, as we're speaking, Thursday, Drake May is having his pro day, which means that he's having his workout in North Carolina at UNC, and I'm excited. All the Patriots coaches, everybody's there. Very interesting. Very following it very closely. I think it might be the new guy. I don't know. It's either him or Jaden Daniel. I'm happy with either. A lot of people are asking me this weekend because there were a lot of friends and family I didn't see in a while. They're like, "Who do you want, Jaden Daniel or Drake May?" And I'm like, thankfully, I'm not the one making the decision.
Right.
And whoever Patriots choose, I am going to convince myself it's the best. He's the best. So, regardless. The other thing I want to mention about that is that I watched a clip of him getting interviewed after his pro day today. These reporters, they need to get us in there.
Yeah, I mean, we
they
have
asked
to
stupid question.
What's the stupid question?
Oh, how was your conversation with Gerard Mayo and the Patriots executives? Great. What do you think the guy's going to say?
Right.
Oh, we had a horrible conversation.
He could say that if he wanted to not move forward with them.
He could have. That's what Deion, I don't even have this on the topic. Right? That's what I actually forgot it, but I'm glad it came back to me right now. That's what Deion Sanders is saying. Like his son and his other star player in Colorado, they're going to be coming on the draft next year.
Yeah.
And he was saying that they'll have they're going to control the teams that they go to. They're going to be very honest with the teams. Like if a team has a number one pick, for example, and they want one of the players, they're going to be honest. The players and Deion Sanders are going to be honest with play. He's not going to play there. Or
Interesting.
he would play there if that's the place that he wants to go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think it's better to be a little bit transparent. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if they want to, the players have a choice too. It's not all about the teams.
It is an interesting conversation, isn't it, though?
I mean, it's definitely interesting.
Because like, it's always been, for sports, it's always like, oh, the player should be appreciative that he's getting an opportunity. Like, he has to kiss the ownership's ass. He has to kiss the head coach's ass. But, like, if it's going to be a bad situation for him, why should he want to go?
Right. No, I agree with you.
Like, look, if Mac Jones knew the way the Patriots were going to operate while he was there. Why?
Yeah, but though that's like a hindsight situation, not like I don't think I would fit in here. And I feel like some of the people would know like a little bit better than others, like how well they would fit into a certain team, right? Don't you? Like, don't you think like maybe I should be able to speak on that a little bit? Or what about you?
Yeah, but that's just not the way it rolls in sports. It's always like this. The athlete needs to be appreciative and just say the right things, and he needs to prove that he has the right head on his shoulders.
Right.
Rather than like it being like making sure it's the right fit. Similar to like job interviews, like as like anyone earlier in their career.
Right.
Or at any point in their career, really.
Interesting.
Once again, I'm wearing my Brazil jersey. It's actually my dad's Brazil jersey from the last time they won the World Cup. Swagoo. Asked my mom for it. It was a coffee stain right in the middle. She washed it. Stain's gone.
Stain's gone.
Stain from 22 years ago, gone.
Looks gorgeous.
Thank you. I love it.
I love it too.
But on that front, we have a new favorite athlete, Endrick. Yes. Brazilian star that's being born right in front of our eyes. 17-year-old from Brazil. Currently playing in Palmeiras in Brazil, but has a contract he's agreed to with Real Madrid. But he has to wait till he's 18 for that contract to go in effect. So when he turns 18 in July, he will be moving with his family to Madrid, Spain. International soccer happened last weekend. Brazil played 2 games. He scored in both of them, which is crazy as a 17-year-old. But more importantly, he wrote a letter to his younger brother in the Players Tribune that we read, and I couldn't
loved it. Players Tribune is something that Derek Jeter created, like for the players to be able to like write letters and like talk to like kind of like the things that they want to address or things that are important to them. So this guy, who's a soccer player, Endrick, wrote a letter to his brother. Very beautiful. It was amazing. I loved it. I love that there's like a platform like that for the players. I think that's very cool.
Right, where they can control their own narrative and stuff.
Yeah, I loved it. But are you ready to get into our topics here?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, I think our first topic is something that you said that you care more about the NFL draft.
I care more about the draft and Endrick than the NCAA.
Only because you're losing in the double dose pool.
Only because I'm losing in the double dose pool.
Right. That's why. Don't worry, I'm losing too, but it's okay. We live and we learn. But what's our update? What's the NCAA all about?
Well, UConn, as we expected, is dominating, which I love UConn, and I really do. And I just don't love them as much as the Patriots or Brazil.
Right.
That's why I was saying that, but they're dominating. They're just going bananas. Nobody can stop them. There's no signs of them stopping, and they're like the biggest favorites before the tournament, and even now their odds are just growing. So they're doing well. But as always, last week in the first couple rounds, there were a couple upsets. One of them, most interesting one, being Oakland, which is you know where Oakland is?
Oakland Raiders, Oakland, California.
There's an Oakland, California. You're correct. However, this Oakland college university, I don't even know if it's what it is. It's called Oakland. It's in Michigan. It's a little
no, I didn't
town
know that.
Random spot in Michigan.
Random USA.
They beat Kentucky, which is a giant upset in the first round. It's the biggest upset probably of the tournament, right? And they had a star that was born overnight, just like that Doug fellow from St. Peter's a couple years ago. Remember him?
Yes.
So this guy was like this year's version of that.
Okay.
He balled out. He had 10 3-pointers in the game.
And that's a lot.
The record's 11.
Oh, Jesus. Why do I not feel like that's a lot?
For a specific player.
No, but I don't feel like that's a lot.
It's a lot. 3-pointers?
Why do they think that 3-pointers are so hard? I feel like 3-pointers are easier to make. Like, whenever we watch NBA games, all they're making is 3-pointers. Like, they're never just like, I mean, sometimes they go to the basket, but like normally they're just shooting from the 3.
What do you think is a good percentage for like 3-point like shooting? Like all time, a great percentage.
What does that mean, percentage? Like, give me like out of 10. Like, how many do I think that they should make out of 10?
Well, like it's a percentage, so it's like
I understand what a percentage is, but like, what does that mean?
how out of 10, how do you think like an elite basketball player makes?
Right, so like out of 100%, like 10, you know? I think an elite basketball player, out of 10 3-pointers, they should make 8. I do.
In a game?
Yeah. Well, no, like in general.
Well, in general, but I mean like in a game.
In a game, make 8.
So like their
if
stats.
You're shooting, make
so like,
it.
So like Ray Allen, he's like the greatest 3-pointer.
Make it. Yeah, how many did he get in a game?
Ever? I mean, like percentage wise.
Yeah.
His percentage is probably around like 49%.
So you
like Steph Curry.
5?
Steph Curry.
Yeah, what's Steph Curry's 8?
No, probably like 51-52%.
What?
I'm actually
like if you're shooting threes, make it. I don't understand.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
easy.
Like, but like,
Steph.
I don't know. So having 10 in like a college round, that's a lot. That's I guess a ton, huh?
3-point. Yeah.
But then like once you understand like where to shoot from, where to go, like I would just keep going to the same spot and keep throwing it and throwing it and throwing it.
Not even. According to StatMuse.com, Steph Curry has drained 42.5% of his career threes. 42.5.
I don't know. I just feel like it should be different. Like I feel like it's like make it. If you're gonna shoot it, like come on. Like what are we rooting for then? You know?
You're rooting for it to go in, but it's not easy for it to go in. That's why you're cheering. If it was easy to go in, I'd be out there tossing them in.
Oh please! But when people make a layup, they fucking cheer. What do you mean? Everyone cheers whenever something is scored.
That's true.
So.
But that's why threes are more exciting.
More
points.
I guess. I mean,
that's why it's also worth more points because it's but like, more difficult.
It's also just like do it. You know what I mean? Like everyone has to do their job. Like make your 3-pointer.
Do you think that's how Nike came up with their?
Just do it. Yeah. No, like literally.
Their slogan.
That's honestly a girl had to be behind Nike. Just do it. Like just do it. Just go do it. Like that's what I think. Like you want to do it, just do it. So, yeah, honestly, the slogan may be mine. Nike needs to call me because I think that I actually made up their fucking slogan. I am their logo.
Love it.
Just do it. And the check, like, just go do it. Like, it's like literally a girl's hand waving, like a check mark. Just go do it. Go do it. If I say it one more fucking time, though, I'm going to lose my mind. So I think perfect. We need to move on.
The closest thing to like a St. Peter's or last year at FAU Cinderella story that we have going is the NC State Wolfpack. Shout out Katie.
Oh my God! Shout out Katie.
You would like this guy that plays like he's like their star player. You'd love this fellow. I already talked to Katie about him.
I'm dead.
His name's DJ Burns.
Wow, fabulous name. I mean, if he doesn't make it as a basketball player, he should definitely make it in the music industry. DJ Burns. DJ Burns that track.
You want to see DJ Burns?
I would love to see it. Is he tall?
He's tall.
He sounds like he's a tall man. The only other DJ I know is very tall and slender.
Oh, this man's not slender. That's why I'm showing you.
I'm sorry, who is it?
Number 30.
That is a large man. Large man.
He's just a big fella.
That is a
but like he like
man.
moves around like very smoothly. Like he like moves around like a ballerina. Very fun to watch.
Is that true? The whole ballerina thing, like where people are like football players do ballet class.
I mean, there's have been football players that have done that to be like light in their feet and on their toes. Yeah, for sure. I think every athletes in every sport have. I think more like it's more switched more to like flexibility and like yoga than ballerina.
Right.
I think that's proven to be more valuable,
more helpful.
Yeah. So I think that, like it switched to that, but back in like the 90s and 80s, like that's what everybody would say, like do dance, do ballerina.
Right.
There's actually a professional boxer.
Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
It starts with a V. He's from Sweden or something. His dad made him dance for years before his dad was a professional boxer and he wanted his son to be a professional boxer, but made him dance for years before he even allowed him to get in a ring, just so he could have like the swift movement and like.
Everything's making sense because honestly, I obviously have to relate this back to me, and
it's all about.
Obviously, it's what it's all about. And I danced. I did sparring. Like, no wonder why I'm so quick with it. You know what I mean?
So?
Like, I'm quick on my feet and everything.
Think so?
No, I'm actually not at all. Like, not even remotely. I think I have, like, no natural instincts. I think I'm very clumsy. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. I think you got some groove to you.
Yeah, you think I got some groove?
Yeah, not as much as me, but.
Oh, sure. We got that Samba in you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Adidas Samba. You think that they
We
made
were
it?
Nike.
Just do it.
So Reebok, also Nike.
Yeah, seriously. I have to also address the fact that I buttoned my jean jacket all the way to the top
Notice
button.
that. Yeah.
You noticed it because why? Would you like to elaborate? Like that you don't like it?
No, it's just it's like not something you typically do.
It's not something I typically do, and honestly, like why else is the button fucking there? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm here to just button up my jackets. Like, I kind of think it's like low-key, like swaggy. Like, I think it like kind of is.
Very like
here,
Mexican cartel of you.
I'm sorry, it's what? Are you trying to get the show canceled?
No.
What?
It's true.
Not. I'm sorry, people in the Mexican cartel have distressed jean jackets.
No, but they button all the way to the top.
Says literally who? Show me one. They're in like faded
plaid,
out white
like plaid.
tees. What are you literally like? Who do you know? Like, who do you know that does that?
Cousin's a Latin king. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm not like, I don't think that doing this is giving cartel. I think it's giving fucking cool girl.
All right, yeah.
I think it's cool.
Go cool girl.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my cool girl.
Wait, so you
Go
literally
cool.
think it's like not swaggy? Like,
No,
I
it is.
thought
It is. I think it's
was.
incredibly swaggy. I think it's incredibly swaggy for sure.
You think it's like illegal? It looks like what I'm doing, like, because you thought I was in the cartel. You thought my swag was.
Yeah, I was wondering what happens.
Was
Like,
literally
what
illegal?
happens when you actually go to work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, please. Well, other things that are illegal is the gambling that's happening.
A lot of gambling going around in sports.
Happening in baseball. I feel like this episode is the most chaotic we have.
I love it.
Truly ever been.
I love it.
Like, I think that we
Honestly,
are all
my
over the
brain,
place.
I'm loving it, and it's giving me ideas on how to like adjust the format of the podcast so that like it can be more like this.
I have to tell you, I think that you think about the format of the podcast way too fucking much.
I do.
Every time
I think every
we talk,
podcast
you have a new format for us.
Yeah, it depends on the podcast I'm listening to at the time.
Exactly. So it depends on who's like in the pod, like in your world. So you're like, I think that we need to be like this. I'm like, I just don't think that that's the case.
Well, because you think about it more as like
like a show, because that's what we are. Like, here we are delivering the news.
Yeah,
Like,
no
we
shit.
are the double dose. We are the drama of Sports Club.
But I feel like
Like
the main podcast that you listen to is The Toast.
yes.
And like they are very structured, like topic 1, topic 2, topic.
Right, because I think it's like easier to digest, and like people like us willy-nilly out here talking about fucking my jean jacket.
But I think there's a place for both.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, hey, two things can be true. Two things can be true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's trying to figure out the balance of the two.
Right, our balance of two things to be true.
Yeah.
So, let's get into gambling then.
Let's get into gambling. Shohei Ohtani, the biggest star in baseball, the biggest probably baseball star since Babe Ruth, the man that the MLB is really hoping saves them, is in the midst of a gambling investigation.
Yes, an investigation.
So this Shohei Ohtani, he's the guy who signed that massive contract with the LA Dodgers. He pitches and he hits. He's from Japan. He would use an interpreter
Okay.
for his interviews and stuff in the United
Because
States.
he can't speak English.
I've heard him speak English. Speaks English just fine, but a lot of athletes do this throughout their career just to like kind of have a barrier, just like so nothing's caught up. I guess lost in translation.
Okay.
You know, with like a language barrier, like everything that like these players say like gets like documented, so like they kind of just to save their ass to make sure like nothing's getting lost in translation.
That's genius.
I think
if I would totally use a translator.
yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like I'd be like, I don't want anything to get misrepresented.
Right. So the way the story was first reported is that his translator was illegally gambling on sports in California because it's not legal. Sports gambling is not legal yet in California. So this bookie, the FBI was looking into this bookie. One of his biggest payments came from this bank account that was linked to Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
And the reason is that the original story was that Shohei Ohtani, the reason why he sent money to this bookie, by money, I mean $4.5 million.
Holy moly.
was to cover up his interpreter's gambling debt.
Okay.
But then the story changed to the fact that the interpreter stole this money from Shohei Ohtani and wired the money himself to the
How would the interpreter have his bank account?
Exactly. But even while that second story came out,
Yeah.
don't know if you know this, opening day in baseball is officially today, but it was actually last week. The Dodgers and the Padres played in Seoul, Korea, played a series there, and this was all going on while Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers were playing in Korea.
Okay.
And his interpreter's in the dugout as everybody's talking about the story in the United States, like on SportsCenter. Like they go live to the game, and Shohei Ohtani's sitting next to his freaking interpreter.
Wait, so why is that bad though?
If someone stole $4.45 million from you,
Right.
like if that's the story you're gonna go with,
Right.
It already went out in the public.
I think that they probably don't even care. Like he's like, it's the same thing as like what we're watching with like the Dynasty with Aaron Hernandez.
Oh,
it is.
Aaron Hernandez. I think I can relate. Well, I think it relates more to the Dynasty with Tom Brady. How like he was investigated so tightly for about something that didn't even impact the game at all.
Okay. Relax, because you know that gambling is illegal if you are an athlete.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying is so is murder, which Aaron Hernandez did on the Patriots. Okay. But what I'm saying is he only did it too because he would say that the Patriots will protect me. So it's like if Shohei Ohtani wants to have fun and gamble, like he knows that the Dodgers will protect him because he can do anything because he is the face of baseball. Like they're not going to get rid of Shohei Ohtani.
Right, but that's why I think he fucking did it.
I know he did it. That's what I'm telling you.
Right. There's no doubt, right?
He told me.
He told you.
No, he didn't. But yeah, no, show me the money. Shohei the money. That's literally it.
This would legitimately be like the biggest scandal ever.
Because he was gambling?
Yeah.
I feel like obviously he is. Like he's trying to fuck around.
That's crazy.
I don't think his interpreter stole the money. And I don't think that maybe if his interpreter was like in some sort of like trouble, but like $5 million is a lot of trouble to be in. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much trouble are you really in?
If you take fucking 10% of that and take
40,000.
450,000.
That's still a lot of money to be in trouble in. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a lifetime.
4,500's a lot.
Right. That's like a lifetime worth of money to be gambling.
Also, if he stole that from you, why was there not a police report?
Right.
Legitimately.
Right.
Why did Shohei Ohtani not file a police report?
Yeah, it's kind of like crazy. Like, why would they? Who said that he stole it?
Shohei and his team.
I don't know. That seems bizarre that they would go with that narrative. Like, were they drunk? Like, what's happening?
They're just. But I think the fact that the story already changed twice and it's likely going to change again. Like, I'm sure there's more details coming out every day that I'm just not following anymore just because, like, it's nonsense. I think everybody involved
is involved.
From the authorities to the team to the league to Shohei to the interpreter, everyone, I think, is involved in covering this up for show. I don't think it could be more obvious that it was him. Like this has happened a couple times in sports history.
Yeah.
Once with Michael Jordan. A lot of people, the conspiracy theory is that he got into big gambling debt.
Okay. And
that's why, so the NBA wouldn't suspend him. Well, he went to go play baseball for a year, which is ironic.
Michael Jordan played baseball for a year?
He retired in the middle of his basketball career and attempted to play professional baseball, at which he played in the minors for the Chicago White Sox organization.
Why?
Because a lot of people believe that he was suspended from the NBA. But they needed to instead of having the story be like, why is he not playing in the NBA? They had to be like, he had to be doing something. So he said that his first love was really baseball, and he always had a dream of playing baseball. So he literally retired from the NBA and said that I'm gonna go play baseball now.
Where do you think Shohei's gonna go? Do you think he's gonna retire?
I think they're trying to cover it up.
But if he would retire, where do you think he would go?
Back to Japan. He would just go back to Japan and make millions.
Yeah, that's true. And then
United
States baseball would be done.
Yeah.
So I feel like
they're desperate. They're desperate.
Right.
And the other thing is that this isn't the first time that a GOAT for baseball has gotten in trouble for gambling. Pete Rose, who's he has the most hits ever in MLB. He's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame because he would gamble on sports. He would gamble on the Reds, but he would always gamble for them to win. He's admitted to gambling, but he would always gamble for them to win, not for them to lose. Or like,
oh, interesting.
no, because that's what they're always worried about with athletes.
Right, like
is
if
betting,
they lose, is like to like fuck the game up, or
right?
whatever, because then like you would be giving up the game.
And that's what's going on in the NBA. It kind of goes hand in hand right now.
Like I feel like all of these guys like need to chill out.
Yeah.
Like I just think it's like literally the one rule you have to do is like don't gamble. Like,
right.
Is that really that hard?
But I think the thing is that they're ultra competitive people. Like everything's a competition. Right, and like that's exactly what Michael Jordan says. Michael Jordan to this day says, because he loves to gamble. It's always been known that he loves to gamble. I don't have a gambling problem. I have a competition problem. Like I need to win. Like you haven't watched
like,
you haven't watched it all, but like
why would he even go and like gamble in the first place? Like I don't understand. Like how is that a competition problem?
The rush.
So it's a competition. Like no, that's a gambling problem. It's
for example,
literally what gambling is gambling.
Right, but it's like
it's in the name.
But like for him, it's not the money. So like there's a whole episode on it in The Last Dance. It's freaking great. Where it's like him like showing.
But if it wasn't about the money, then he wouldn't be gambling.
But his whole thing, it's not about like because he has more money than God. But the whole thing is like the fact that you're taking money out of your pocket and giving it to me. Like that satisfaction is what they live for.
That's bizarre. That's a gambling problem. That's like literally by definition the problem.
Yeah.
Like that is a problem. It's not a competition problem. That's a gambling problem.
Yeah. I agree.
I just think that these boys need to understand that like while you are in the league, do not gamble. Like that's literally it. Like it's really not that hard. Like, are the coaches gambling?
Huh?
Are the coaches gambling? Are they allowed to gamble?
Well, a coach from the Jets, Miles Austin, the one that I sent friends my pick like when I was running MGM. I wasn't the one who ratted him out, but I sent pictures to my friends of his gambling account.
Yeah, but like, are you allowed to gamble if you're a coach? Are you allowed to gamble if you are in those spaces? No, so don't do it.
You are, for certain sports you are, just not on your sport.
But it's not even like it's like...
Just don't bet on your sport.
It's not even like a thing where it's like you can't drink, you can't whatever. Like you can probably like do all those things. Like you don't have to gamble. Like gambling is such like a one-off like rando thing. Like I just don't understand. Like just don't fucking gamble. It's not that hard.
But it's not. The rules aren't even that strict. Just don't gamble on your sport, most likely.
All right, but like just don't do it. Sorry, I'm just like in my cartel jacket, so it's just like don't.
Gambling's
do it.
fun. Gambling's fun.
Oh please. Well then just do it with your friends if it's fun.
Right.
If it's that fun for you.
Exactly.
Or go to the casino and play a slot machine.
Right.
Like
right.
then you get a. Like,
or send a friend.
It's not even gambling. It's just sports betting. Like that's what it is.
Right.
Like just go and play the freaking blackjack table. Like go learn poker if you're such much of a fucking competitor or whatever.
Right. Or have your friend fucking. Instead of having him take the fall for you, have him opening a gambling account in Vegas under his name, and you can just tell him to bet the games.
Yeah, but that's exactly what happened with what's his face, and like he wasn't allowed to do it because they found out that that's what he was communicating.
Yeah, because they're so dumb.
With what's his face? What the hell was that guy? The ref?
Donahue.
Yeah, Ian.
Sean Donahue.
Yeah, Sean Donahue.
John Donahue.
Oh my God, so I just
Donahue?
say Ian because there was someone that I knew that I went to high school with named Ian Donahue.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But there's another professional athlete, an NBA player that's also under investigation. It's funny for gambling. There's no evidence that he was gambling on the sport. But let me just tell you about it. Jonte Porter plays for the Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
And he's getting investigated to be connected to gambling based on two recent games, one on January 26th and one on March 20th. In both games, prop bets related to Porter's statistics were the biggest moneymaker bets on both nights of NBA action over the last 2 months, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. In a January 26th game against the Clippers, Porter's prop bets for the night were 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. Okay? In that game, Porter sustained an injury.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you. Porter sustained an injury like 4 minutes into the game, an eye injury. So all his prop bets hit the under. But there was
So he did all the bets to hit the under, and then he got
no
an
evidence
injury and
there's
hit
no
it
there's
under.
there's no evidence of him betting it, but according to like the bets that the books were tracking, an overwhelming amount of money came in on his under.
Okay.
Like somebody knew that he was going to get hurt. Like people were betting millions of dollars on his unders. Like how would anybody know? And then he just hurts his eye.
Right.
And so the same thing happened on March 20th.
Very bizarre.
So Porter played 3 minutes in that game, but the same exact thing happened where it was like a bunch of money came in on his unders, and then in the game, a few minutes in, he just gets hurt.
Yeah, I mean, obviously something's happening there. Unless he's just like prone to injury, which I
But
don't
like,
think is the case.
but in the month in February, why?
How many times was he out?
Huh?
How many times was he out in February?
So he didn't even miss a game after. So now he's not on the roster. Like right now, he's like suspended while they investigate. But in February, like after that happened in January, he didn't miss a game with the eye injury. He just didn't play the rest of that game.
Weird. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're gambling. They're just like gambling their lives away over there, having fun.
Losing their careers.
Doing stupid shit.
But back to Shohei, do you think like they're going to give us a fair investigation, or do you think they're going to cover it all up, hope it goes under the rug, and just keep it moving?
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's something that they're going to say, hush, hush, chill out. Like, we don't want to talk about it.
Right.
In hopes of saving baseball. And that stuff drives me insane.
Right. Well, I mean, just like the luxury, it's like a player's tax,
right.
I'll say, where it's like the luxury of being a professional athlete, where it's like everything gets covered up if that's what you want, because you're just like making other people money.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
On a motherfucking tightrope.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm over this like negative stuff though.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously am like when
but
we
talk
talk about like talk about like negative stuff, like I'm like, damn, you know what I mean?
I don't think that's really negative. I think it's like interesting, investigative research. You know what I mean?
Is that what we're really doing? Investigative research?
I think so. I think so.
We're out here in the field just being investigators. We have our fucking what are those like? What are these things with the eye where you can see closer? A magnifying glass. Yeah. That's what we have. I was gonna say a microscope, but you know those things.
Well, it's important. It's important because
remember magnifying glasses?
Yeah.
I used to use those so much more.
Yeah,
I used to have one.
I have two in front of my eyes at all times.
No, seriously, you do. I used to use those things so much more than and I used to think that those were like in my everyday life. You know what I mean? Like I used to think that those were necessary to have.
Just like Johnny Appleseed, magnifying glasses.
Yeah, I just thought that they were going to be a lot more important than they are. You know what I mean?
They're important. I'll get you one.
Thank you. I would appreciate that. Give me a monocle.
But I really don't think those are negative topics. But since your wish is my command,
thank you.
As
per usual.
Per usual. You're into fashion.
I am.
Do you know who Yohei Yamamoto is?
I do.
Who is it?
He is a designer. He does the brand Y3. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Y3.
I think so. Yes, Y3.
It's like very like it's like, is he Japanese?
Yes.
I want to say he is. Yeah, right? Literally it's like on our paper he's Japanese. I don't know like tons about Yohei Yamamoto, but it's like I know Y3, which is like a very cool like brand. Like it's like very I don't know how to describe it other than like cool, like streetwear, like a little bit like I feel like a lot of, and I'm not like putting this in a box, but I feel like a lot of like the Asian or like I guess like Japanese designers, like they work a lot with like lines, and it's like all very much like in the same like sphere, like scope of stuff, where I very much enjoy it because it's not typical to like American fashion. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, they're dipping their toe in with sports fashion,
which is amazing.
Yeah, they made the kits.
Why do they call it kit?
Why do we call it uniforms?
Truth.
Preach. It's just what they call it.
Preach.
They partnered with Adidas to design Real Madrid's alternate uniform for the remainder of the season. It's a purple jersey with a rose motif that they say takes inspiration from the early days of the collaboration between Adidas and Yohei Yamamoto, when roses were the graphic of choice and became the iconic signature of the renowned fashion designer. Have you seen these jerseys?
I don't know. I feel like you may have showed me. I think that is unbelievable, but I do have a question. Like, I love when like designers do a little bit of like collaboratory effort, because it's also like not only are you getting like the team's audience, you're also getting the designer's audience. So it's like very cool. It's like, oh, I think it's interesting. I think that those are beautiful. I love the purple. Revolve has Real Madrid jerseys. That's crazy. Probably because it's the Y3 collab, but that is amazing. Why they don't have to go off their certain colors. All they have to put is their crest, and that's it. Like how? Like that's the one thing about soccer jerseys that I don't understand. Every time I look at them, they're different, and everyone knows what they are. But is it only because of the crest? Like they always say Emirates fly better. They always say like T-Mobile, and they have 1,000 different colors. They have 1,000 different whatever ways. Like, is it only the crest that matters?
For soccer, yeah, soccer is like the most fluid with that stuff. Like, yeah, like this is the 4th jersey that Real Madrid released this year. Like to them, it's a big thing. And it doesn't only have to be the color, like the same colors. No.
So like, why don't we do that in America for like football? Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like the Patriots,
yes,
like here they are. Like,
but no, why? Because here so over there, the teams have the partnerships with the brands.
Okay.
So Real Madrid is Reebok.
Right.
Another team in
Even
Spain,
though Real Madrid just teamed up with.
I'm sorry. Real Madrid's Adidas. I'm sorry. Real Madrid's Adidas.
Okay. Thank you.
But Barcelona, who also plays in Spain, is Nike.
Okay.
Whereas all the NFL teams are Nike. Like over there, it's team based. Over here, it's league based.
Do you think that one of the teams is gonna break off and like?
They can't.
Why?
It's part of the contract.
The team contract?
Team contract with the league. The agreement with the league.
So how does a league just solely pick Nike though? Like, isn't that a monopoly?
It's not a monopoly. It's a exclusive rights deal.
Exclusive rights to all football?
All of NFL.
That's kind of losery. No fucking wonder some of these jerseys are such freaking like.
Yes, because it can be lazy with it.
Right, like it's so boring.
So
like,
boring.
I'm here to petition more designers, more collaborators with NFL, with MLB, with NHL.
Right. Well. There's a whole thing with the baseball uniforms that we didn't get into because I just think like baseball doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
And but long story short, Fanatics, they trust it. They have a new exclusive partnership with Fanatics, to make their uniforms now, and all their uniforms are see through. Like
whose uniforms are see through?
Baseball uniforms have been see through.
The fuck do you mean they're see through?
Like, if someone sweats, you can see their ass.
Why would they do that? Like on purpose?
No, because it's just poorly made.
Okay, because baseball is partnering with who?
Fanatics.
Fanatics is the ones that are making it?
Yes.
But they're not even...
Yes, exactly. But like that's the power of like having a league to make those deals. The first league...
doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. The first league in America that's really doing anything different is the NBA with like the partnerships with Kith and like all that stuff.
Yeah, but like as you literally should. Like that's why the NBA stuff is like more swagged out than like any of the other.
They're more connected, yeah.
Like when you look at some like the football like merch or whatever, like the crop tops, like it must stop. Like it actually must stop. It's horrific.
But also the thing is like, why isn't every team in every sport releasing like slightly different jerseys every single year for every sport? That's what they do in soccer. Every single year, the jerseys are a little bit different. It may just be the font.
Right.
It may just be the location of the Nike logo.
Right. Like make it fun and make it special or whatever. And if like another team wants to just like keep their jerseys, keep their logo because of tradition, whatever, like have fun with it. But it's like, I'm sorry, like who? Like give me one from the NFL. Like who's like a new and fun team? Like I feel like The Seahawks? Like, they could maybe do something fun.
The Seahawks always kind of, like, they're a team that always switches up their jerseys a lot, yeah.
Right, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, someone who does, like, bright colors and stuff. Like, they could do something fun.
Yeah.
They could connect with a local artist.
Yeah, they could. Yes, they could.
Like, you want
The Rams change their uniforms often.
Please,
They have the faded number. I hate the faded numbers. You know what I mean? Fades from one color to like...
Ombre?
Yeah. I hate that stuff.
You do?
Yeah.
I feel like that was cool, like, maybe a couple years ago.
Exactly. It needs to stop. New Jersey should no longer be doing that. But, like, that's cool for that year, but you don't need to hold it for another 5 years when I'm trying... Like, you don't have to keep this... Like, the Patriots jersey design. It was okay for the first year. I like the white ones, but the navy ones, they're just not working. Like,
so just
and that's
stop.
okay. So just stop.
Let it go.
None of the fans like it. Give the fans something they want.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Exactly.
But soccer, they do that a lot, yeah. And so, like, with that, can I get into my double D's threes?
Of course. Let's get into it.
Okay. So, like I said, soccer does that a lot. And it's always like a branded social media thing. Like, what are the teams going to release and all that stuff. So, this week, or really last week, all the Nike and Adidas both released their international soccer jerseys for their clubs. Okay. For this upcoming summer's tournaments. Okay. So for Copa America, for the teams in the Americas and Euros. So Nike released all theirs. The teams in the Nike catalog are Brazil, Portugal, France, the Netherlands, Norway, Nigeria. Adidas has Argentina. They have Mexico. They have Puma has some. But Nike does the best with this. Okay. They change those jerseys up the best. All right. So my Double D's top threes are my 3 favorite international jerseys that were released last week.
All right, go for it. List them out.
Non-bias.
Oh, yeah, non-bias, please.
Non-bias.
Please.
Number 3.
You got photos or what?
Huh?
You got photos?
I can.
I'm sorry. You were about to come out here with 3 random, like, what are your favorites of these new jerseys without even pictures of your new jerseys?
What are you talking about?
So, like, your new favorites, and you're not even going to show me a photo of what your new favorites are. You were about to literally just say them out loud and have me imagine them, have me use my imagination?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes,
wonderful. Well, then, so what is your number 3 then? What's your number 3 jersey?
I'm trying to get it up for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you're doing all this hard work.
Oh, I thought I showed you these.
You didn't show me literally any of these. You were trying to wait until we recorded to show me, and then now you're sitting here with no photo to show me. Isn't that crazy?
It is kind of crazy.
All right, what do we have here? What is this? All right, what's this one?
This one is Nigeria, coming at number 3.
Number 3. Beautiful. What is that print?
It's just they always do something fun with like blacks and greens and.
It's like black with like green like.
We can put it up here.
Oh sure, I'll try. Looks beautiful.
Okay.
Looks gorgeous. Okay.
Yeah, but Nigeria they have fun colors and they're fun. I also like their crest this year. They always have the bird on the ball.
So their crest does change.
Sometimes.
You said that their crest doesn't change. Like, how do I know then? Like, how
do
I know it's the same?
Because it says Nigeria.
But how do you know it's the same? Is it always a circle that says Nigeria?
Brazil's always this.
Right, but like that's the thing is like, what would they change about that then? It doesn't make sense. Soccer jerseys don't make sense. So maybe that's why that the United States doesn't fuck with like moving it or whatever because it does not make sense.
The United States moves it around.
Change it.
The United States changes theirs.
Oh my god! So they're changing the actual logo.
Yeah, who cares?
How will I know what I'm supposed to be supporting? Like, how am I supposed to look at these certain things and be like, oh, that's Nigeria?
Because it still says Nigeria somewhere.
Logo.
It still says Nigeria somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere if you like look with a spectacle or an octagon or whatever those fucking things are you put in your eyeball, the monocle that I said before, and then you put it on the fucking side of your jersey, it's going to say Nigeria on like the bottom inside. That's something that bothers me with soccer jerseys.
You're gonna get annoyed now because
soccer jerseys you can never ever see what the team is, and I don't understand. It's like you're supposed to know based off of like the freaking crest.
Well, they're.
How will I know? I'm looking at a freaking bald eagle.
You're supporting a country. Usually, like countries have like Like
Oh
Team
my
USA
God.
is coming up.
All right, so what's number 2 then?
Well, no, but now I just want you to get a little bit more worked up.
Oh, perfect.
Because now their white jerseys don't even have a crest.
Right, so then how are you supposed to know? How are
Those
you
are sick,
supposed
too.
to know? Those are not sick. Those are so basic. Please, those are not sick.
Okay.
No, not sick.
Okay.
Not.
Anyways.
Basic. Basic ass bitch.
Next up, we have Brazil.
All right, let's see these. I'm ready. Very cute.
They moved the crest from the side to the middle here.
Okay, I like that. Yes, and then where's their
And they put-
advertisement gonna go? Where's the Brazil advertisement on this?
So that's the cool part about the international soccer teams compared to like Liverpool or Real Madrid, the club teams, is that we don't put advertisements.
Okay, no advertisements on the international ones.
Oh, but they put their advertisements on like their warm up stuff and like the practice jerseys and stuff.
Okay.
But the countries keep it clean.
Okay.
So like those?
I do. I like them.
These are my favorite.
It's like very similar. Like they're kind of similar. Like they both have like a print.
Right. But then you're gonna really like this print, and I really think it's my favorite.
All right, who's your number 1?
Portugal's alternate jerseys.
No
not bias.
Literally Portugal, Brazil. Not bias.
Not bias.
Yeah, sure.
I could have made number 3 United States. They have some cool jerseys too.
No bias.
No bias.
Let me see.
This is no bias.
Yeah,
okay?
let me see. It's no bias. Oh, I like because it's like the tiles.
The textiles. They made the alternate, so they have the classic reds,
That's sick.
but then they made their alternates be like the textiles that are on the blue textiles that are on the buildings.
Tiles.
Yeah, textiles, tiles.
No. Tiles.
The tiles that are on the buildings.
Textiles is like fabric. Like
The tiles that are on the building.
Exactly.
The other cool thing that I like about these is what Portugal's doing is that they changed their font, so their font has like a shadow to it.
Okay.
Which is very interesting. So like, that's a video. Let me show you. So like their font has like a shadow.
Okay, I love you so much.
You don't like that though.
I don't see the shadow. Where's the shadow?
See how like it's like a bubble letters and the like.
It's like boxy.
Boxy.
Is that what you're boxy? Why are you saying it like that? What do you have, a Portuguese accent? I don't know where boxy.
That's my double D's top 3s.
I love
it. Yell it the whole time.
I love it. Wait, so you're saying like that box is like the shadow?
It's like a classic soccer look.
I love it. Well, I loved your double D's 3s. They were fabulous and amazing, even though you didn't come with any pictures at first. But I'm glad that you showed me the photos.
I've showed you these photos 1,000 times this week.
You didn't show me any of those pictures on my life. Like I will.
I put the Portugal's ones in my story.
Baby, I love you so much. Like I did not see it. Like I did not see when you uploaded it on your story. But I really didn't see any of those. That's actually the first time I've ever seen them. And like I'm not even lying. Like I'm really sorry if you put them up, but like I did not see them.
Onward.
But we move on. And we move on to my double D's 3s. So, my double D's 3s this week, one of them I already told you. So, my double D's 3s this week are just like random thoughts that popped into, my head or random things that I've learned this week. And I swear to fucking God, if you're holding back a yawn right now that you just did, like, I am going to murder you. Because I had to sit through, okay? So, anywho, my double D's 3s are, again, like I said, my random thoughts. Oh, perfect. So, number 1, are there people who root for the refs? Are there people who think that the refs of games are like their team? Like that they root for the refs?
No. You want the refs to not be, like, you want them to, like, not notice.
But says you. But, like, are there people that literally go out there and root for the refs?
No.
Are you sure?
The only people rooting for the refs are their families, and they're just rooting that like they don't make a bad call.
Okay, maybe fine.
So they don't get death threats.
We move on. Number 2, and number 2 makes me so mad because I've been holding this in. I've been holding in this fast fact, this fun thing I learned. And last night we're sitting on the couch and we're watching like the most beautiful places in the world in 8K. And the only motherfucking question that you ask me is my fast fact. You could have asked me literally anything else about anything during this week. I was so excited for my double D streets. I literally I was going to ask you questions and whatever. And literally you ask it last night and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
You live
are
in a
we living in
simulation.
a simulation?
You
Like,
are.
for real. And that was, how long is the Great Wall of China? And I was going to come on here and say, do you think that you could walk the Great Wall of China in a day?
I would have said yes.
How long is the Great Wall of China to you?
I forgot what my guess was, but I was really off.
But the Great Wall of China, lo and behold, is 13,171 miles. If you plug in New York City to Antarctica, it is 8,000 miles.
Then I call bullshit.
3,000 miles to get to California. And so
I
I
call
don't
bullshit
understand. Like,
then.
I'm like, I know it zigzags and everything, and that's what they say. Like, I don't know, like, what they're really considering the wall, but, like, low-key, like, I kind of think it's, like, propaganda. Like,
It
oh,
is!
we have, like, the largest wall. It's 13,000 miles long. Literally, how?
Right.
Like, unless your entire country is a wall, like, how?
Right.
So, that was my second fact. My third fact was going to be, to cap it off, it was about Brazil, and it was about the other seventh wonder of the world, other than the Great Wall of China, just so happened to be, because, you know what, I thought that, like, I needed to replace that one, which is, you know, the big man Christ.
Mm-hmm.
He's 125 feet tall. Okay? But did you know that since the statue is on top of a mountain, it's prone to be getting hit by lightning? So it gets hit around 3 to 6 times a year by lightning. And a couple of years ago, it got struck by lightning that it took off one of his thumbs.
Did you get it back?
I don't know.
Maybe he was just doing one of those tricks.
Yeah, maybe he's doing one of those tricks. So yeah. Another
That's
fast
awesome.
fact that when I was, like, doing my research, whatever, is that Australia is wider than the moon.
What?
Yeah, crazy things that I learn over in the World Wide Web.
Australia is wider than the moon.
Yeah, so it's time to get into our sick puppy and interesting cat of the week.
I think the sick puppy move. They drop that fact on me and just keep it moving.
Yeah, just keep
You don't
it
even
moving.
let me process it.
Keep it moving.
Sick puppy of the week. Javon Kinlaw, NFL player, just signed with the New York Jets, and so he was doing like a piece with a Jets media member for their YouTube or whatever, and like the media member asked him like, "Hey, tell us about yourself. Like, what do you want the fans to know about you?" And he said, "Well, I eat squirrels, snakes, rabbits, anything."
No.
Sounds like a perfect New York Jet.
No, like, that is
Weirdo.
Oh my gosh.
Weirdo.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's
You think
not
like
okay.
he's just sitting on his back deck
No,
and
like,
like
I'm
sees
disgusted.
a rabbit and goes and breaks the rabbit?
Stop it. Do not finish that sentence. That's, like, actually so weird that you would choose a rabbit out of all
Or
of
a
those.
squirrel.
You're like, ew.
Do you think it comes to Stuytown
Ew,
and starts
stop.
Plays for the
Seriously,
Jets.
I'm gonna get grossed out. Like, that's just so fucking gross. Like, it's just weird.
It's a sick puppy.
It's just weird. It's weird. We have to move on. That's disgusting.
Interesting cats. All right, and this one hits close to home because my Boston Bruins, along with Celine Dion, are the interesting cats. I think it more falls with the Bruins. The Bruins are the sick cats. I mean, interesting cats because they brought Celine Dion in to announce the starting lineup for their team. So, like, teams do this where, like, they'll have a special guest announce the starting lineup before the game. And they had Celine Dion, and boy, it was probably one of the most cringe-worthy things I've seen on the.
Stop.
This I actually showed you. Do you remember it?
I do.
She comes in and she like first thanks like I'm sure like the players knew and they were all told to like make sure they're all dressed, and one of the players had his shirt off just because like he probably doesn't wear a shirt underneath his
Right.
pads, so he just like forgot. And he like first thing she says like, "Oh, thanks for getting ready for me," like, oh. And then she's like called every player by like one of their nicknames, and it's just like,
Yeah, no, it's one of the things
And,
you gotta look away. You're like, oh no, and like she sang some of them, but like
Yeah.
some of them she didn't, and it was just like, but like I'm excited for her. Like I love that she was like showing her fandom, if like that's what her fandom is. But like, yeah, like just like
they lost. They lost.
Yeah, it didn't have
They
to be
lost.
like that.
They
You
didn't
know
get
what I
hyped
mean?
up.
Yeah,
They did not get hyped up. Did not work.
It did not have to be like that.
It doesn't have to be like that again.
Yeah,
She
I
had her
don't think
moment.
So, like, I love you, Celine, but like, please.
My heart will go on.
And so will Shay, seriously. Celine Dion. So.
Does she own the bag, like the Celine bag brand?
Are you serious, Bubba? No.
Okay.
She does not.
God forbid.
No, honestly, the person who like made Celine like what Celine is Phoebe Philo, and Phoebe Philo is amazing. Where is she now? I don't know. Oh, or she's starting her own brand, but she is queenie vibes.
That's your homework next week.
Go
Your
ahead.
Double D's threes. I want to know your top 3 fashion designers of all time.
Okay. It's hard because I feel like it changes, like with how I grow. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, of course.
like if you were to ask me in high school, I literally would have said Ed Hardy. You know what I mean?
Right, of
like
course.
I would
It's
have been
always-
like, oh.
If you asked me
like,
my 3 favorite athletes last month, it would be
right,
different.
right.
Like,
Yesterday would have been different.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So like, what my 3 favorite designers are of next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Might be different from now.
That's how it operates.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's what I don't get. Like when people are like so set in their ways about stuff, I'm like, how?
that's when you know you can't trust them.
Right, like you're not growing. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, obviously, I'm on growth because I change my mind every damn second. So that's on me. You know what I mean? And self-development.
Some call it indecisiveness. I call it
Personal growth.
personal growth.
Sorry. Deal with it.
Kevin, and that's why we couldn't figure out what we wanted for dinner tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
But things you may have missed. Let's run through them.
Let's run through the list.
Netflix announced 3 new sports documentaries.
Oh,
Number
wonderful.
1, Mourinho. It's a legendary documentary on a legendary soccer coach. Jose Mourinho is a Portuguese fellow. Madman.
Beautiful.
I'm definitely going to watch that. Probably going to be one I tackle alone.
Yeah, I think so.
The next is the NFL receivers spinoff of the quarterback. So they followed receivers throughout last season. And,
Cool.
The most Nathan thing ever. I only wrote down 2, but I said that there were 3.
Amazing. I love that. I love that you said that they announced 3 new sports documentaries and only have 2.
Yeah.
But beautiful.
That's just me.
Wonderful. That's just you. That's on personal growth.
Yes.
For recognizing that
Yes.
you only had 2, but you wrote 3.
Yeah. Weird.
We move on.
I think there was a 3rd. I just
Didn't write it.
Yeah, I got distracted.
Amazing. Well, perfect.
Next, we have the Bengals. 2 of the Bengals' current players, their kicker and a linebacker, Evan McPherson and Logan Wilson, and their wives both welcomed daughters on the same day at the same hospital. So 2 teammates had daughters the same day at the same hospital.
I saw this on Instagram. Very cute, though. You know what I mean? Something that always showed around, like a brotherly bond. They were
Exactly.
like family, so
Exactly.
now you literally are.
Perfect. Next up, Travis Kelce is in talks to host a reboot of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
I think it's very smart of him to be doing this and get out of NFL, but like to retire. Like, and I'm kind of like I'm at the point. I'm done. I'm over it. I can't see the pictures of him and Taylor kissing on their vacation on the beach and like it's done. Okay, like I get it. We talked about it. Gave us stuff to talk about. Like, let them be.
It's not
Let
going
them
anywhere.
live their life.
Not going anywhere.
Let them live their life.
Not going anywhere.
Please.
Next up, Scott Hansen, the host of like the Red Zone channel.
Yeah.
He's hosting a Red Zone style show for the Paris Olympics.
I think that that's so genius because it's like whenever you watch the Olympics, you're always like, what's going on there? What's going on there? Especially if gymnastics is involved because like I don't want to watch anything else but the gymnastics. So it's like if gymnastics is going on, like I want Red Zone for just the gymnastics itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like everyone always wants to see what's going on with all of them. Like I feel like no one's like solely watching one. You know, like everyone wants to know what's happening on all of the Olympics games.
And the Olympics is tough because you don't. A lot of sports you only watch it every 4 years, so it's just like you forget what you really like, you forget what you enjoyed. So like if they're flipping around to like what's actually interesting, like what are the competitive things going on?
Right.
Maybe it's a sport that your country's not great at that you wouldn't typically watch because
Right,
your
like
country's
that
not.
one where they like push something with the broom or whatever.
Yeah. Curling.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of different
Something
sports.
I'm obviously good at.
And that's Olympic talk. Also, we mentioned today was March 28th was official opening day for baseball, even though it was really last week. So all the teams play today. Good for them. The Miami Marlins, they had the lowest attendance rate in the MLB last year, which is very interesting because the other lowest team is the other team in Florida, Tampa Bay. And I expect like baseball is a very popular thing in Florida.
What else does Florida have? Like, is there another baseball team?
It's them too, and they
It's
both
who?
Miami Marlins
Uh-huh.
and the Tampa Rays.
Oh, so they both had low attendance?
Yes, they repeatedly do it year after year.
Yikes!
Just people don't go to their games. I don't know why. But
I mean, have you gone to one of the games?
No.
Have you watched one of their games?
Well, baseball's baseball.
Right, so that's probably exactly why everyone feels the same way. What's happening with your shoulder?
That's clicking.
Oh, don't like that. Don't like that.
But in an effort to get people to go to their games, the Miami Marlins offered all-you-can-eat seats that start at $52.
That is
Let me lay.
Yes.
So $52. It gets you anywhere in the section. This is what comes with it: endless free hot dogs, chili dogs,
Ew.
nachos,
Okay.
chili nachos,
Okay. Ew.
cheeseburgers,
Yes.
popcorn,
Wow.
Peanuts for me. cookies,
Wow.
and soda.
I'm there. I'm
soda
there. I'm there.
and like anything
I'm there.
non-alcoholic.
No, I mean like sign me up.
Should
We're
we
going
go-
to an
no.
all you can eat and see. We should go
Should
to an
what?
all you can eat and see how much we can eat.
I'm down.
No, like let's do it. I'll go to an all you can eat and see how much I can eat.
At the Miami Marlins game?
I could
Do we go down to
literally-
Miami and
100%. I could totally scarf like 15 hot dogs. Okay, maybe like 5.
combined? How many hot dogs do you think we could eat during the game? During the night?
15. I'll have 5. You have 10.
You won't, Bubba. You'll be able to put like 2 down. I'm full.
Okay. 3.
We did this at the Winter Classic.
Okay, I'll do 3. I know I did 2 and then I wanted to throw up, so I'll do 3.
All right, we'll put the over/under at.
7. 10.
I was gonna say 12 and a half.
Okay, 12 and a half. I do 3 and you do the other
9.
9. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I have to do 10 to get to.
Right.
That's
right,
fair.
right.
That's fair.
That's fair. What's fair is fair.
Write this down.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is good.
What
This
am
is
I
good.
writing? What am I writing down here?
This is good. This is good. This is
Yeah, I
good
love
content.
it. I mean, all you have to do is go to the
Hot
Miami
dogs.
Marlin games. Hot dogs, 12 and a half, right down.
12.5.
Oh, perfect.
At Miami.
We're here, big brains. We're the meeting of the mind. So unbelievable. I'll
Perfect.
just read off some of these to you as well. Neymar says he wants to finish his career in the U.S. Why?
So he wants to play with Messi again.
Okay.
Neymar was actually in Miami this week.
Ice Cube offered Caitlin Clark $5 million to play in his Big 3 league. What the fuck is Big 3?
Big 3 League is a league that Ice Cube owns. Like he has like a lot of older NBA players in it, or
Okay.
like people that fade out of the NBA. It's just 3-on-3, half court.
Cute.
And they travel around
Who
the
watches
country.
it? No one.
Nobody.
Okay, perfect. OBJ and Kim K broke up over her baby comment, which I didn't even see until you told me about it. Which apparently she said that she wanted to have more children, like, right?
She wanted to have babies with him for his genetics.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure there was more to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than her just saying that comment. 100%. But we don't know that.
We don't know
We
that.
see everything at face value here.
Yes.
We never overthink. We never I was just supposed to say overthink again. So we never overthink that much that we're overthinking what we're saying. Please. Are you listening to the double dose? Are you listening to the double dose?
Speak for yourself.
Thank you. So then let's get into our things to watch this weekend. The NCAA, the March Madness Sweet 16, and Elite 8 are going on. The MLB opening day is today, March 28th. The international soccer friendlies are still going on. I think that we talked about that last week. And then the fourth and final thing to watch.
This was supposed to be something in that was in things you may have missed. I put it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, then would you like to do it? Because
But it's also something to watch. Diddy's been if you've not been living under a rock, Diddy's been being investigated
yes,
for like drug stuff,
and sex trafficking.
And one of his people in his group, this 25-year-old Brendan Paul, was booked on 2 separate drug charges in connection to the investigation. He was a former college basketball player.
Yikes!
A white fellow.
Wow.
That wasn't
Doesn't
in your bingo
matter.
cards.
So that's crazy. Well, thank you everybody so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. Thank you, Nathan, so much for just being the best co-host that is literally on the planet. I love you so much. Happy 30th birthday.
Thank you.
And please keep on watching to see Nate change and evolve into the 30-year-old man he is. Cheers!
Been a good ride.
All right, here we go. 30 means. What does 30 mean?
No more mustache for now. All
right,
Might change my mind next week, but it's been a good ride.
Amazing. Let's do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is crazy.
It's been a long time.
No last words.
Sayonara.
He's back.
I don't even know how I look anymore.
What do you say? All right, how you feeling? 30.
I look different. I look real different. I look so different. You're crazy.
I love it. This was under a minute. Go us. You know, this is just on us making moves. Efficiency. All right, well, that's it. The mustache is gone, and you know what that means. You're 30, flirty. What's the last one?
And fun.
Thriving.
Oh.
All right,
30,
say goodbye.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Say goodbye.
See you, mustache. See you soon, though. See you soon.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.